Welcome to Africa's The Away Mobility Movement, where bridges are optional, drowning is discouraged, and buoyancy is whatever you can strap together with rope and faith. These float Frankenstein bikes aren't coming out of research labs or funded innovation hubs. Nope. They emerged from village workshops, college dorms, and backyards cluttered with leftover fan blades and oil drums. In places like Ghana and Liberia, where roads sink into swamps and governments promise infrastructure like it's dessert on a wedding, you might get it, you may not. Local tinkerers decided to skip the queue and build river-hopping bicycles anyway. Frank Dako from Ghana didn't set out to win awards. He just didn't want kids to drown. In Ghana's Volta region, flooded schools and collapsing riverbanks were turning education into a seasonal activity. Canoes were too expensive, bridges were a fantasy, and the kids, they were just trying to pass math. So Frank, armed with a bicycle, some barrels, and possibly the world's strongest sense of let's just try this, built a water bike. He didn't use 3D modeling software or CAD models. He used wood, steel rods, and plumbing parts, and more hope than hydraulics. The design? A standard road bike frame, outfitted with pontoons made of plastic drums or cork slabs. A rudimentary pedal system connects to the pedal crank, allowing movement through water with the grace of a confused duck. The whole thing looks like it escaped a junkyard and took a wrong turn into a river. But it works. Frank's creation earned him a feature on BBC Africa, a national prize from Ghana's Institute of Engineering, and more importantly, it kept kids dry and in school. Meet Liberia's fearless innovator. Let's call him Captain Mamba, who took the continent's most beloved bicycle, the rugged, iconic Black Mamba, and asked, what if this thing swam? Step 1. Remove the back tire. Step 2. Weld a set of fan blades onto the rear rim, actual ceiling fan wings. Step 3. Mount the whole setup between two oil drums, acting as floaters. Suddenly, the Mamba was amphibious. Captain Mamba added a control rudder beneath the water, tied it into the front handbar via cable, and boom, a steering. His machine now rides the creek like a floating quad bike with muscle, making parcel deliveries and dodging canoes like the Liberian Aquaman. The bike isn't just transportation, it's transformation. And you better believe me when I say, when he pedals past people, they turn back and look. Because it's not every day you see someone ring a handbar bell in the middle of a swamp. On the East African coasts, students at Pwani University stared at a pile of empty jerrycans and had a groupie epiphany. Let's ride this thing into the sea. Thus, the jerrycan jet bike was born. Less a vehicle, more a dare. The blueprint? Take 4 or 5 20-liter plastic cans. Lash them together with ropes. Plank down an old bicycle frame and slap a hand-craned propeller on the rear. And voila, you are now the proud captain of the Indian Ocean. They launched it in the Indian Ocean, not in a test pool, not in a pond. The Indian freaking ocean. That's either confidence or a death wish, and possibly both. The bike floated, wobbled, lashed, but floated. And that was enough, with no motor, no GPS, and no common sense. These young engineers proved that even the ocean couldn't stop Kenyan creativity.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What is he saying?
The bike worked as a fishing platform, a school ferry, and possibly a TikTok trend waiting to happen. With zero emissions and zero budget, it was a floating middle finger to infrastructure neglect. These weren't just students, they were pioneers in the most chaotic aquatic invention since the banana boat. Comparison. When it comes to aquatic absurdity and life-saving innovation, Ghana's Tifad 2.0, Kenya's Jerrycan bike, and Liberia's Black Mamba Hydro Rider lead the Floatania. Frank's Ghanaian bike is a classroom-safe and dark speed efficient, balancing 2 plastic barrels on one deck and moving with a plastic pedal-powered paddle system. It costs around $100 to build, but runs on sheer leg power and wobbles less than you'd expect. It's not flashy, but at least it's functional and makes the rainy season survivable for kids who just want to learn. Then there's Liberia's aquatic muscle bike. Built on the tough as nail Black Mamba frame, it swaps the rear tire for fan blades, adds oil drum outriggers, and includes a rudder steered from handbars. The vibe? Like riding a tank made of scrap on a pond? At around $80, it's cheaper than a canoe and far more stylish. Steering? Responsive enough to surf between floating logs. Top speed? Around 6 km per hour creek cruising, parcel delivering excellence. And then you've got the rest of Africa's freestyle floaters, sail nail speedsters. No matter the design, each build is brilliant in its own right. They may not be Olympic grade, but they are Olympic level ingenuity. And that, my dear friend, floats above all. So that's it for our pedal geniuses here in Africa. Which one would you prefer? The one from Ghana, Kenya, or the one from Liberia? Comment down below and leave a like. It really helps the channel. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.